5 new Arts and Science representatives were elected to the Student Association last night. We'll have a discussion about that and all that's happening in SA this week. Also, what does SA think about the new Chancellor-designated Kent Severud? All that tonight and more. I'm Leslie King, and welcome to SA Today. We begin our program with tonight's headlines. Campus headlines. An SU student has added a new scholarship in honor of Rob Edson, who died this past weekend. Edson was an SU alum and worked with the athletic operations. Edson later became the athletic director for Onondaga Community College. The scholarship will support athletes returning to college to complete their degrees. Contributions for the scholarship can be sent to the Orange Club. And University Union is holding an advanced screening of Don Juan here at SU. The event will be held at HBC Auditorium at 9:30. The movie follows a man's search for love despite his love for porn. The movie stars Joseph Gordon-Levitt and Scarlett Johansson. The movie premiered earlier this year at the Sundance Film Festival and will be released later in theaters on September 27th. And now here is Student Association Chair of Student Engagement, Nia Bull, sitting in for Allie Curtis with this week's campus address. Nia, good evening.
Thank you, Leslie. Hey, SU, I'm in today for President Allie Curtis. She could not be here tonight. She is attending RSO physical training for SA. For all of you out there looking to submit a budget this fall, be sure to attend physical training on Wednesday, Friday, or Saturday of this week. President Curtis will also be speaking on the multi-day panel this Friday in the HERG from 1:30 to 3. The panel will be discussing diversity on campus, and SA would love to see you all there. I am thrilled to update you all on SA's second annual Impact Week. Here's our current schedule of events. On Monday, October 28th, we will be serving dinner at the Samaritan Center from 3 to 5 p.m. Tuesday, October 29th, we are painting rooms at the ASPCA Center at 4:30. Wednesday, October 30th, we will also be painting rooms again at the ASPCA Center, and then we will be serving dinner at the Ronald McDonald House. November 1st and November 2nd, we will be cleaning up Thornton Park at 11 a.m. And Saturday, we will be having our first ever annual Impact Week Gala. This will be a dinner and an awards show honoring the students and organizations who participated in Impact Week. We also have so many more exciting plans to announce, so remember to follow us on Twitter at SA@SU for details, and if you are looking to get involved, please email me at ncboles@syr.edu. Thank you.
Thank you, Nia. And coming up after the break, we'll have details of the new Arts and Science representatives. Stay with us.
Elmira, New York. A boy was born into an all-American family. The odds of him achieving his dream in the fashion industry? 1 in 23 million. The odds of having a child diagnosed with autism? 1 in 88. I am Tommy Hilfiger, and my family is affected by autism. Learn more at autismspeaks.org/signs.
Hey, I'm Anderson Cooper. As a parent, you want to make sure that your child knows how to deal with bullying when they see it happening. And chances are they want to help, but they don't really know how. I'll teach them that the best thing to do is calmly walk away, find a teacher or other adult, and speak up. And do your part. Be that adult they can talk to and trust will listen. Join me to help stop bullying. Go to stopbullying.gov to find out more.
Turning a 20-foot wall into a canvas takes vision. So will getting into college. I've got what it takes. So do you.
Last night's Student Association meeting had a slim turnout, but that did not stop the association from electing new members to the board. 7 students appeared before the association last night to undergo the election process. After 25 minutes of questioning, the 6 freshmen and 1 junior transfer student were sent into the hallway as the association discussed each candidate's potential contributions to the Student Association. After voting by secret ballot, the association elected 5 new members to SA. Your new College of Arts and Science representatives are freshman Heather Naum, Phil Parker, Jessica Brasovsky, and Netta Sarshar, and junior transfer student Amanda DiNardo. After the meeting, newly elected freshman Phil Parker had a lot to say about his upcoming year. And now, newly elected members hope to change the school on behalf of their new classmates before the end of the semester. Joining us now in the studio, acting as Judicial Review Board Chair Emily Ballard. Emily, thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you for having me.
Excellent. So one thing I wanted to talk to you about, you've been a member of SA for a while now. I know we talked last year. What do you think this experience as a member of the Student Association has done to help you prepare to be a new member of the JRB?
I mean, I think it's really kind of built up to this point. I've been a representative in the Assembly for 2 years, so I've been able to see it really grow and see how it works and how it functions within all the boards and cabinet itself from kind of the lower perspective. The beginning of this session, I served as the Board of Elections and Membership Chairwoman, which basically works hand in hand with JRB, which made me a little bit interested in kind of making that transition and really making an effective JRB, so BEM's job was a lot easier.
Excellent. Now, what are some things that you're hoping to change both within SA and the JRB as a newly elected member?
I'm really looking to expand the JRB to fully do its duty of what it's defined as in its code. So pretty much how it's been run, the only thing they've done is internal hearings for members who surpass 12 demerits and things like that, but I'd really like to expand it to work with other student organizations as well. We are the official mediating group for other organizations. We can hear cases about financial issues, if they had any funding issues that they had between themselves or other organizations or our finance board, any hearings that they would like us to hold because they cannot hold it with them themselves, things like that.
And are there any changes that you hope to see come about within SA by the end of your elected term as a member of JRB?
Definitely. I think one thing I've really noticed is that there is a stigma around the JRB of it's just very negative. People normally see it as something that's just there to punish representatives who don't show up to meetings and don't do their job. And I really want to, along with the other student organizations, expand it to be something that's really there as a resource, both for mediation in SA and outside of SA.
Now, the JRB works with, obviously, associations all over campus, not just with SA. So what are some common issues that are brought before the JRB that you would have to deal with as a newly elected representative?
I think that's something that still is going to take time to really tell since it's never been brought up before. But I'd say just if there was a misuse of funding with an organization, that could come up between an organization and the finance board. If there was organization who wasn't happy with how their leaders were running it, anything like that, or any just general internal disputes of an organization or between any organizations.
Excellent. Now, last question. Can you just explain any issues that might have come up with JRB in the past that you would want to kind of eliminate for this year? Anything that, any problems they've dealt with in the past that you wouldn't want to see happen again?
Yeah, I think the main problem for the JRB, or I guess there are two, is one, the stigma around it, because I think that's part of why it had been so negative is because they hadn't expanded and done their full duty of what they could have done with the rest of the student body, and I think that's really crucial to putting a more positive light forward. And also I think because they hadn't been filled, generally they had maybe 3 members, so I really want to fill it up so we have the most effective job.
Excellent. Thank you so much for being with us. We're going to take a break right now, and when we come back, we'll continue with more of this discussion. Stay with us.
Oh, April.
Yeah?
You know your charger's still using energy when it's plugged into the wall, right?
Yeah, but that's not my charger. I don't even have a cell phone.
Millions of kids are using their energy wisely. What's your excuse?
So, are you going out tonight? I can't. My parents say I have to be home right after work.
That's so gay.
Totally gay.
Ugh, that is so Emma and Julia.
Why are you saying that's so Emma and Julia?
Well, you know, when something is dumb or stupid, you say that's so Emma and Julia.
Who says that?
Everyone. Imagine if who you are were used as an insult. When you say that's so gay, do you realize what you say? Knock it off.
You realize that 49 million Americans struggle with hunger? That's 1 out of every 6 Americans. These people are around us every day. They're our friends, they're our coworkers, their kids go to school with our kids. Sometimes we're not even aware that they're struggling. This problem is closer than you think. But so is the solution.
Play a role in ending hunger. Visit feedingamerica.org/hunger and find your local food bank.
Welcome back. We still have Emily Ballard with us, and Nia Bowles now joins our discussion. Nia, my first question is going to be posed towards you. There was a good turnout of students that really wanted to join SA. Is this common during the first semester, a lot of freshmen coming out, or was this an abnormally large amount of students?
I would say that this is definitely common. It's the first month of school. We have a lot of new interest. We were at the involvement fair a week before the involvement fair. Allie and I were out on the quad speaking to freshmen. So a lot of people really want to get involved, and that's something that we definitely love to see here in SA.
Yeah, it was very surprising to me just because we've only been here so many weeks and these freshmen are already so passionate about joining organizations, and some of them had already been involved with other organizations on campus. So that was definitely a surprising thing for me, at least, knowing that last year as a freshman I probably didn't so much. So the type of training process that these students now have to go through as the 5 newly elected members, Emily, could you just expand on what they're going to have to go through from here on out during this first semester as part of SA?
Sure. So that generally happens through our Board of Elections and membership. And what they do is they sit down with all the new members, and we have a very thorough membership manual that goes over all of their responsibilities, how to get started on initiatives, common roadblocks, who the contacts are for all of cabinet and everything like that. And they're also assigned a mentor who's a senior member of SA who can really guide them through personally their experience.
Now, the mentor, does that, in your opinion, help students definitely stay with SA long term? Do you see a big recurring amount of students come back and continue their membership with that?
Yeah, I think the mentorship program definitely helps. I know a lot of us still keep in contact with people who are our mentors who have now even graduated, but we really kind of form those little mentor-mentee relationships and really keep in contact and support each other, and I think it's definitely been beneficial into keeping certain members in SA.
Now, what do you all as leaders of SA expect from these new members during this time? Do you expect them to have these, jump right in head first, or are you kind of going to ease them into the association and what's new?
Well, I think my expectations and the expectations of the entire student body is definitely representatives who are going to be eager, dedicated, and very passionate about whatever they're doing. We are here to represent everyone on campus, and we want our representatives to do that to the fullest potential. So I definitely think people who are dedicated and who really take their job seriously, just some of our representatives who got elected about less than a week and a half ago are already on the ball, doing what they have to do, making phone calls, sending out emails, and really showing us that they deserve to be elected.
Now, my question is that these freshmen, they're here, they're very passionate, they're new to campus, but when they jump in so head first like this, do you have problems with seeing students get burnt out by the time they're, juniors or seniors in SA, or do they typically keep that, vigor all the way through?
I do not think that they're going to get burnt out. I know many people who have been in SA and who are in SA now. Allie, Dwayne, they are now juniors and seniors and have been a part of SA since freshman year, and they are still going strong, still motivated, still dedicated, and still just here to support and represent the student body.
Excellent. Excellent. Thank you so much, both of you, for being with us this week on SA. And be sure you tune in tomorrow for CitrusTV News live at 6. I'm Leslie King, and have a good night, Syracuse.